Okay, so imagine this. You're prepping for a bakery shop manager interview, right? And you want to knock their socks off.
Not just with your baking skills.
Exactly. So how do you impress them with, your answers to those tough interview questions? Well, that's what we're diving into today with expert help.
That's me. Think of us as like your interview prep team. We've got all these insights from RoleCatcher.
Oh, RoleCatcher, they're great. So they have a specific guide for bakery shop managers.
They do super in depth. They cover like the job market, career paths. It's
Yeah.
really impressive. Like if you're serious about a career in baking, this guide's got the roadmap.
Okay, so like they've baked in years of knowledge.
Exactly.
Awesome. All right, let's get into the interview stuff. First question. Can you tell us about your experience in managing a bakery? Seems simple enough, but I bet there's a right way.
Oh, definitely. It's not just about listing where you've worked. Think about it like this. What have you done that shows you can handle being a bakery shop manager?
Oh.
RoleCatcher focuses on like leadership, problem solving, customer service. Can you tell a story that shows those skills off?
So, less I worked here, more I rocked this.
Exactly. Like, did you ever improve, say, efficiency at a past job?
Oh, I see.
Or maybe you trained a team and they like aced customer service. Those are the details that'll make you stand out.
So even if you're new to managing a whole bakery, you could still highlight moments where you took charge, showed initiative.
Totally. It shows you're ready for more responsibility.
That's really smart.
And you know what's cool? RoleCatcher's AI can actually help you tailor your answers to specific jobs.
Really?
Yeah. Upload your resume and it'll suggest ways to rephrase things so you match what employers want.
Wow, that's like next level stuff. It's
Yep.
like having a personal brand baker for your resume.
Right.
Okay, next question. How do you manage staff schedules? Now, scheduling in a bakery, I imagine that's a whole thing, right? Like early mornings, different shifts.
Oh, for sure. And that's exactly what they want to know. Can you handle it? This isn't just about what scheduling software you've used. It's about showing you can organize and think ahead.
So have you ever had to deal with people calling out last minute or conflicting requests?
Exactly. Those curveballs always happen. Being able to talk about how you adapted in the past, that's key.
That makes sense.
And RoleCatcher, they also talk about communication being super important when you're managing schedules.
Right, because if you're not communicating,
It's chaos. So maybe you have a system for sharing shift changes, or you make sure everyone feels heard, even if you can't accommodate their every request.
yeah, keeping everyone in the loop.
Exactly.
It's like keeping that sourdough starter happy. You got to give it attention, keep it balanced.
Perfect analogy.
Okay, let's move on to something super important in a bakery, the ingredients. RoleCatcher asks, how do you ensure you always have the ingredients you need? What's the real question there?
It's about more than just knowing your flour from your sugar, It's about showing them you can manage inventory, think ahead. They don't want someone who's going to be scrambling last minute for butter.
Right. It's got to be more than just, oh, I'm organized, don't worry about it.
Exactly. This is where those specific examples come in handy. Have you used inventory systems before? Or maybe you've got a method for, predicting what you'll need based on sales or the season.
Oh, that's smart, anticipating those pumpkin spice latte cravings before they even happen.
Exactly. And don't forget about those supplier relationships. RoleCatcher really emphasizes those. They're huge in this role.
Yeah.
Can you talk about how you've built those relationships, maybe even negotiated better prices?
Yeah, having that direct line to the best flour mill, keeping those ovens running.
Right.
Okay, next up, how do you handle customer complaints or issues? Because let's be honest, even with the most amazing croissants, someone's going to complain about something.
It happens, right? It's inevitable. But it's how you handle it that really matters. They're not just looking for someone who can, calm a situation down. They want to see empathy, problem solving.
So what's an example that would really work here?
Think of a time when you went above and beyond to turn a negative into a positive. Maybe a customer got the wrong order or something wasn't fresh. How'd you handle it? What did you do to make it right?
Show them you can turn that burnt cookie into a win.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know what? RoleCatcher's AI, it can actually help you practice these kinds of questions.
Get out.
Seriously, their AI coach will give you feedback on your tone, your delivery.
Wow, like having a little interview coach in your pocket.
Exactly.
That's incredible. Okay, moving on to something crucial. Food safety. RoleCatcher asks, how do you maintain food safety standards in the bakery shop? This feels like a question where details are key.
Absolutely. Food safety, it's non-negotiable. You got to show them you understand that you're committed to it. Don't just say, I follow the rules.
Oh,
Go
no,
deeper.
like prove it.
Exactly. I talk about specific protocols you've implemented, training you've done, how you make sure everything's up to code.
Paint that picture. A spotless kitchen, you at the helm, every pastry safe to eat.
Exactly. Okay, let's talk numbers, the budget. RoleCatcher asks, how do you manage the bakery shop's budget? This is where you show off those financial smarts.
Right, because turning flour and sugar into profit, that's a skill.
It is. So think about your experience with budgeting. Maybe you found ways to save money, negotiate better deals, or really maximize profits. They need to know you can handle their bottom line.
So what if you haven't managed a whole bakery budget before?
That's where those transferable skills come in. Have you managed any kind of budget? Found creative ways to cut costs or be more efficient? Even just talking about how you personally handle your finances can show responsibility.
Show them, the value of $1, or should I say $1?
I see what you did there.
Okay, back to the questions. This next one from RoleCatcher really digs into your decision-making. Can you tell us about a time when you had to make a difficult decision as a bakery shop manager? What kind of examples would work here?
This is your chance to show them how you solve problems, how you lead. Think about times you had to weigh different factors, make tough calls. Maybe it was a staffing issue, a product recall, even something unexpected like a power outage. The important thing is to show how you approach the problem, gathering information, figuring out the risks, and making that decision that's best for everyone.
So it's less about what the decision was and more about showing them you can think on your feet.
Exactly.
Okay, this next one is all about staying current. RoleCatcher asks, how do you ensure that the bakery shop is following local and state regulations? That's important stuff.
Oh, absolutely. Like knowing the difference between baking soda and baking powder, crucial. This is about more than just knowing the rules, though. You got to show them you stay informed, that you're proactive.
So how do you prove you're on top of it?
Talk about how you stay updated. Do you read industry publications, attend workshops? Maybe you're part of a professional organization. Sharing specific examples of times you adapted to new regulations, that's gold.
It's like keeping your sourdough starter fresh.
Yeah.
You got to keep feeding it new knowledge.
Right.
You got to stay compliant. And it's not just about, the rules. It's about keeping everyone safe. Your team, your customers. Speaking of teams, RoleCatcher asks, how do you motivate and train staff members? Because a happy team, that usually means happy customers, right?
100%. This one's all about leadership. They want to see that you can build a team, create a good environment.
So more than just saying, I'm a great motivator, what are some examples that would really land?
Think about specific times you've helped a team grow, work well together. Did you ever start a mentorship program? Or maybe you found ways to, cross-train people, give them new skills, even just how you recognize achievements, make people feel appreciated.
Yeah, like creating that perfect environment for everyone to rise to the occasion, like a good loaf of bread. Okay, last question from RoleCatcher, and it's a big one. How do you ensure that the bakery shop is meeting sales goals?
This is where you got to bring in those business skills. Show them you're not just thinking about the baking, but the whole picture,
Right, like you're not just in the bakery, you're running it. So besides saying, I'll work hard, what's going to impress them?
Talk strategy. Have you run any successful marketing campaigns? Do you have a knack for spotting new opportunities like seasonal stuff or maybe catering? Maybe you're a pro at looking at sales data and figuring out what's working, what's not.
Yeah, having that recipe for success, that's what they're looking for. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. Expert speaker, if you had to give one piece of advice to someone heading into a bakery shop manager interview, what would it be?
Honestly, confidence is huge. And the best way to feel confident? Be prepared. RoleCatcher, they give you the tools to do that, to really showcase your skills, but also let your passion shine through. When you love what you do, it shows.
It's like the difference between, a bakery that just bakes and a bakery that puts their heart into it. You can taste it.
Exactly.
And speaking of going the extra mile, I love how RoleCatcher doesn't just help you with interviews, they actually help you connect with potential employers too. It's fantastic.
It is. You build this whole profile, your experience, your skills, what you're looking for. And their AI does the work of matching you with the right companies. It's amazing.
This deep dive into the world of bakery shop management has been eye-opening. If you're serious about this career path, RoleCatcher is the way to go. Seriously, they got everything you need to succeed. Expert speaker, this was great. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure. It was fun.
And to all you aspiring bakery shop managers out there, good luck. We're rooting for you.